Storm Horseman of Famine has just dropped, and I think she's the most anticipated weekly drop this season, and with a 75% win rate, I think she's pretty good. So, Storm is a 3-1, objective, and 2 turns in a row with unspent energy, give your other cards here, and in your hand, +2 power. So Storm felt very good. The deck that I ran her in benefited from buffing things on board as well as in hand, and I think that's probably where you want to run her. I've seen people playing her on turn 3 and still getting surprisingly good value from her. I just think she's an all-round good card, and I'm going to show you the deck that performed the best for me, and let you guys know of a slightly different variation I've seen floating around. This is the deck that's been performing for me. I have seen a slightly different variation to this running Star-Lord. I have a specific hatred towards that card, so I'm not going to be running that variation. My variation is a bit more of a homebrew. I based it off of a deck that I made for Wolverine Horseman of War a little while back, and you might be surprised with how well this works with that card. Because a lot of people probably aren't going to have it, you can swap it out for probably another 3-drop, or Gwenpool, or something along those lines. But as for now, I'll go through this deck and kind of let you guys know why certain decisions were made. But on the base level, it is a Silver Surfer deck, as you can probably tell. Just a Sera version of the deck. So America Chavez is in here as the only 1-drop, and I don't think there needs to be too much early game with this deck. I did have Surge in here before, but Surge makes things slightly awkward for Storm, because you're only ever really going to want to play Surge on turn 2. But with this deck, the idea is you're always going to have spare energy on the first 2 turns, purely because you don't want to play America on the first turn. I learned that after one of my early games. I think I just played her on the first turn, and I was like, oh. But yeah, you want to leave that first turn free, and on the second turn play her, if you draw her at that point, that is. You have nothing else to play, so you might as well. She can then buff your Brood, your Maverick, your Viv, your Sebastian, your Wolverine. All of those are really good hits for her to hit. Next up we have Storm, obviously is in here as the new card, and then the aforementioned Brood, Mavericks, Vivs. Well, for Brood and Maverick, they are just good 3-drops that benefit from getting buffs, and in a deck that has even more buffs from Storm and Wolverine, these cards will go up and up and up. More so Maverick when it comes to Wolverine, I suppose. But still, both very good. Surfer is the archetype, the reason it's here. Chameleon, I mainly ran Chameleon because I like the idea of playing Surfer and Chameleon on the last turn, rather than playing something like an Absorbing Man. Slightly awkward. But those 2 cards together can make the proc go off twice, which is really nice. Viv, I will not understate how strong I think Viv is right now. After being buffed an extra power, she always feels like the first time you play her, she procs. And then if you keep that momentum going, which is easier to do because Viv is buffing cards in your hand, and you just keep going, it's crazy. Copycat. Now Copycat won me a surprising amount of games. I think she's an underrated card at the moment. It gives you intel on what your opponent's playing when you draw it, which is quite often towards the start of the game. Once you know what kind of deck your opponent is playing, it gives you more ability to play around it. I love that card, and I would definitely recommend running it if you're going to run a deck like this. Sebastian Shaw, we can probably just skip over, is a classic Surfer card, and benefiting from the extra buffs from Storm, America Chavez, Maverick, Silver Surfer with Chameleon, all these things are more than great for that card. Wolverine, again, as I say, you could probably cut this card for something like a Gwenpool. I just like the gimmick of it, and the issue that I had with this deck beforehand, playing Wolverine, is that you always had to buff it in your hand. If it wasn't hit by America Chavez or hit twice by Viv, you had to then hit it with Galacta or Maverick when you played the card. But if the card was in play with no buffs, it just was kind of sitting dead. Now, with Storm, you can play Storm on top of it, Storm buffs it, and buffs everything in your hand. Slightly annoying the way objective works, I think people have had grievances with this. If Storm is played on top of Wolverine, Storm will proc, buff Wolverine. Wolverine will go to 5 power, but won't proc until the next turn. Which, with a deck like this, isn't necessarily the worst thing, because if you're playing Storm, it's probably not for a last turn buff the board kind of thing. That's your Surfer. You're playing it because you want to buff the board and your hands, so playing it on top of Wolverine isn't the worst thing, because it's then buffing Wolverine and buffing your hand. Then could help even more, because maybe a lane is empty, gives you an extra turn to then play a card. So in that instance, I think the objective thing being clunky actually benefits the deck, but that's a whole different conversation. Galacta is in here as one of the 4-drop buffs that's kind of staple, and Sera is self-explanatory. But yeah, so that is the deck. If you guys have any requests for replacements, feel free to just drop a comment below and I'll let you guys know. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like and a subscribe. And thanks in advance, and I'll speak to you all after this gameplay. Okay, Storm now has a proc, and as tempting as Rocket Pad is, Viv is just going to be better. So they're kind of pushing themselves to play cards here. What do we get? Lasher, and they get Doom. That is not fair. That is not fair in the slightest. Hobgoblin, well, that is 100% Galactus. Come on, yeah, that's nice. Okay, so it really doesn't matter where I play my Sera. Do I play Sera? Yeah, I mean I kind of have to. I don't really have a 2-drop to go on the board. Yeah, Symbiote Spider-Man. I am glad that the Doombot rolled here. Shang-Chi. Ooh, Storm. And Viv's going to move as well. Oh, that is perfect. Might just have to snap with that one. Okay. I guess we have a game. Sebastian Shaw, Brood, Surfer. I mean, that seems pretty good, no? Unless I'm missing something. A liar. Oh, that's fine. We are more than fine with that. A casual 8-cuber. Victory. I am surprised that they snapped with that. I guess they gambled me playing Surfer there. But even if I did, my Sebastian Shaw was still massive, and the Brood being 6 power was insane. They played it middle. No, I mean I had all 3 lanes covered against an Alioth. Very cool variant. I'll give them that. Okay, we took the Autumn Zola. This is looking like a Star-Lord deck. Nice. Well, we got Wolverine up already. I think... Oh, I forgot. I should have technically played America on turn 2. But it's okay, because I think I've got a decent enough play here. I could just play Viv. Let's let Viv buff everything. And then this turn, if I play Wolverine, it'll proc twice. proc once, sorry. And then turn 5 it can be Sera. Oh, okay. They're playing for an extra turn. Output isn't amazing, but it is for a reason. So Storm needs 2 turns in a row. Don't think that's happening this game. Could happen next turn. Might not be the most ridiculous thing in the world. Bastion sure is feeling crazy. Sebastian and Copycat and Storm, and then next turn we can run it back. Feel pretty happy with this. I'm expecting a Fin Fang Foom or something, but I know they don't have Arnim Zola. Because I have Arnim Zola. They banished Odin and then they banished Sunspot. Nice.
Cut off one head, 2 more.
Very weird variation of a style of deck they're playing. Well, let's ignore that. We didn't draw Surfer, which is kind of annoying. Because Surfer is kind of what we needed, but I think all in all, it's fine. Chameleon is useless. Yeah, it would have really been nice to get the Surfer. Wait, my Storm didn't proc? I did end 2 turns in a row with unspent energy, right? I feel like I did. Ooh, that's unfortunate that that wasn't a turn before. Okay. I'll do this purely for Storm. Huh, why did they still just play a 2-drop? It feels like a Wiccan deck. And for them to just play a 2-drop feels odd. Oh, snap. I'll snap. Not because I think I can beat them there, but because they've disrupted their Wiccan play and it's possibly a bot. Oh, okay. I am feeling pretty confident. The 4-8 is still possible, but yeah, I have a feeling they're going to want to play here. One buff from Viv still feels pretty good. This, however, does not exactly feel great. This is an awkward one. Because yeah, it would be very good here. It buffs the Maverick and my hand, but My play order would then be very weird. Glad it hit Shavers. Actually hit Viv. That is annoying. Okay. Storm here is... Oh, never mind. We are good. Drax. So I basically just have a 1 power buff Drax here. Makari. Huh, they could be playing Surfer. Ooh. Superfly. Wolverine here is not bad. As long as Stock Tower remains, that is, because otherwise I don't really have a way to give it power, so... Yeah, it's definitely Surfer. Okay, I will Sera with hopes that they don't Sera. I think if they don't Sera, I could get away with snapping. Sera turn 4 is pretty good, but it feels like they might be ahead. Actually, no, because I've not buffed very many things. I could just snap. Oh, no Sera. Okay. In which case, I think I'm happy to snap. We have the Chameleon Surfer play on the last turn as well. We'll do Drax, Viv, Maverick. Oh, Star-Lord. A Star-Lord Surfer deck.
All systems go.
Did not anticipate the Drax copycat helping me out as much as it has done here, but that is very nice. Okay. Brood. Does Brood need the buff? Never mind.
Victory.
A lot of people retreating before the 6th turn, but yeah, I think we were pretty solid there. Oh, Patriot. That almost feels snap-worthy, you know. Because I'm like, they're going to want their Patriot, right? Actually, it's just not getting played this game. Oh, they're playing a very, like, Series 1 deck. Ooh, Storm. Storm now, actually. It's nothing amazing. I'm just doing it for the power bonuses more than anything. See, now if I had Maverick before, that would have been pretty good. Copycat. I want to play Wolverine, but I'm going to be missing out on a proc from it, so it almost feels like I shouldn't. I'll do Maverick and then Wolverine next turn. What are they doing? Oh, are they setting up for Ultron? And even if they set up for Ultron, it feels a bit weird. I mean, what Ultron is... Ultron's at 3 power now, I think. I honestly can't remember. Which makes the right location 16. That's actually nothing to scoff at. Then do we just play this here instead of Surfer? Surfer is 1 less power, but it helps the other locations.
There's no strings on me.
Ah, they're not 3 power. If they were 3 power, I would have been screwed on the left location. But I did not have the energy to remember that. If they were 3 power though, that's what I was calculating basically. I was calculating 3 base power, then Blue Marvel buffing them. But they actually don't buff the other drones, technically, because of the way they're deployed, which is interesting. I'm glad it works like that, otherwise I would have lost that one. Okay. Nico Minoru is not feeling too great here. Nice, we got Storm. I think the right play is to just Storm here, but playing Copycat actually feels pretty good. I can save Storm. She only stay with the one trigger ability. I didn't realize that. Wolverine. Oh dear. Not Gambit. Okay. Oh, this is really irritating because Storm actually gets a decent play here, but because of Gambit.
I'm about to juice this up.
Well, okay. So in classic objective fashion, the objective is not going to go off after it was triggered. It will have to go off the next turn. It's a very awkward way that works. I'm just going to have to hope that Gambit messes up somehow. It just hits like... Oh, it just hits Wolverine. I guess it's fine if they commit to the right. I don't like that you're snapping. I'll play into it. I'll play into your hand. Quite literally, it would seem. Oh! That is perfection.
Victory.
Oh, that was nice. I didn't realize it would play out that way, but oh, that was satisfying to watch. That's why I just play out the most random games that look like I could lose, because sometimes you never know, this could happen. Ooh, that is perfect. Maybe we keep that under wraps for now. As tempting as it is to snap. Oh, okay. do not know what lies beyond that buff. Viv is almost always better here. Okay. As much as I like Viv there, makes things a little bit awkward with Sera. Because I can't play her there to help Viv. That is another thing I've realized. People are playing these Surfer style decks, and they seem to be running Starlord instead of Sera, if they're running Storm. Which I understand, but I hate. Okay, Brood is 15, 21 power. Then do I just put Sebastian here or here? If Starlord is being on Zolid or whatever, it's probably going to go here. So we want Sebastian there, Surfer here. Oh, please don't be Finn in the middle. Okay. Oh, well, I guess I definitely just outpaced that.
Victory.
I think Viv is always better than Silver Surfer in a deck like this. I think these variations with Starlord might be leaning too heavily into Starlord. With Silver Surfer and stuff. I don't think it's a flat out Sera or Starlord is better. I think it's just a slightly different variation, but I think I'll need to play a couple more games against the Star deck to see which one comes out on top. Realize over time how my camera has gone darker and darker, so. Ooh. Storm and Viv is really low power, but it's probably not the right play, is it? I really wanted to play Viv because I could get the extra buffs, but although come to think of it, I don't even know why I'm playing Wolverine. Because Wolverine is not going to be able to get buffed once it's in play. That's the issue with this card. In this deck, anyway. I guess Storm. I could do so with Storm, actually. So it's not really the end of the world. We're up against a Golden Gauntlet player. So they want 7 turns for something. Moonstone. I could do Brood this turn, or I could just Maverick next turn. Yeah, I think it's better to try and get the
I am Iron Man.
exponential buffs. And this is where we really don't want... We really don't want Brood coming down there. Storm needs to be here. Which means we have to put Brood here. That's fine. If, like, Shore or something comes down... Yeah. Then they're probably going to move it next turn. It's actually very awkward that Shore came down there. I probably should have just played Storm on that location, come to think of it. But it's okay. Copycatted an anti-venom. Okay. This is feeling a little bit like I'm going to lose. But I am also just curious to see what they're playing, so. Ooh, it's actually closer than I was expecting. I think if I had gotten Storm down here and buffed the Wolverine to buff everything else, I might have been in a better position. Worth noting for the future. Ooh, IWFS. That is big news because we have information on that deck multiple times now, because we know what they're playing, but we also know that it sits at the bottom. We could send Hydra Bob to the middle. If we do, then stonks. Very nice. They might snap now to move him away, but if they do, he won't move until the end of next turn. End of turn abilities happen twice. This is start of turn. Ah, they played it in the same location. Viv goes left, would be nice, but also middle is more than fine. Do we want Galacta here? Yes. Brood? Or just Sebastian, sure. Maybe Sebastian feels a lot better here. Ooh, he's getting the 8 power. Oh, but it goes off once, doesn't it? Thanks to the change that they made recently. Oh well. I think Storm? That could be the right play. Storm and then last turn be like Brood something. Oh, but Sandman. Yeah, Sandman is a bit of a pain. What is my best option? I have a 4/9 that doesn't do too much. This is 24 power, but they're going to play Doctor Doom, aren't they? If they do play Doom, just putting a big chonk in the middle is my best option. Because Doom is going to be 7 power. Plus, if the Doombot were to land in the middle... okay, the Doombot will be 8 power. Which will put this to 17. And put this one to 18. But if the Doombot lands in the middle, 19, 20, 21. Which I will lose. But I can take a 50-50 gamble. I think. Let's take a 50-50 gamble. I'm a gambling man.
Doom rules all.
Actually, I think I overstatted it. By 1 point.
Victory.
I'm glad that I did, though. Wow, the Hydra Bob came in clutch there. Oh, is that Carnage? Okay, well that gives me insight into what they're playing. Enjoy your 1 cube. Is what their name is. Which I guess if I don't see them play like a dead ball or something within the first few turns, I can feel confident in snapping. Okay, we have one of those players that likes... Oh, never mind. I was going to say running out their turn timer, but... Ah, why did we get Oscorp Tower? This rock going to their side actually benefits them. Viv here just feels like pain though. It has to be Viv here. Please go to the right. X23.
Change my underwear.
We're gonna have an Oscorp Tower day. Oh, you know, fun. Okay. Wolverine is probably a wait until next turn kind of card.
The throne.
That is okay. -ish. Then it's definitely Sera. Then we'll see if we even play Wolverine. Could probably end up being one of those games where we don't, because Copycat Silver Surfer Chameleon seems pretty decent.
You are mine.
Okay. They hope busted their Deadpool, which means next turn is probably a Death Null play. Still think I'm happy with this. Death Null is... I mean, I get 12 power on the left and I get 12 power on the right. But if Death goes right and Null goes left, then I lose. Okay, we win. Yeah, that should be more than enough. Yeah, very nice. I'll enjoy my 2 cubes, thank you, sir.